Hello, 8th graders. Your new section for tomorrow is going to be on pairs of angles, different types of pairs of angles. So, first of all, vertical angles, and a lot of this should sound familiar to you from last year, but we'll just review some of this stuff here at the beginning. So, vertical angles, they are formed by two intersecting lines that are opposite each other. And I'll draw a picture here in a minute and then show you what I mean, but congruent angles, that just means they're the same. They have the same measurement. Adjacent angles have a common vertex and a common side, but no common interior points. Okay, so here's what I mean by this. If I have two lines, and we'll just call the angles 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1 and 2, they have a common vertex and a common side, one common side, okay? But the interior points, the interior part of them, nothing would be shared. But that's what it means here, no interior points. So 1 and 2 would be considered adjacent. 2 and 4, 4 and 3, 3 and 1, they're all adjacent, right? They're connected to each other. Vertical angles, they're formed by two intersecting lines and are opposite each other. Well, I should actually add something else here too, is that they have to be congruent. Okay, to be vertical, they have to be across from each other and congruent. So 2 and 3 would be across from each other and congruent. 1 and 4 would be across from each other, kitty corner, and congruent. Vertical does not mean up and down in this case. They can be across any direction, diagonally. Supplementary angles, two angles that add up to 180 degrees. They do not have to be connected, but they could be connected. And then complementary angles, two angles that add up to 90 degrees. Again, they do not have to be connected. They can be wherever in the figure. So on this one here, let's say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so if you want to find two angles that are complementary, any two that add up to 90. So 2 and 3, right? These two would make a right angle right there. So 2 and 3 would be complementary. 6 and 5 would also be complementary, right? 5 and 3 and 2 and 6 would also work, right? They just have to be add up to 90. Now, I realize, I'm not telling you what the degrees are, but you can see that those two add up to 90 and these two add up to 90. And then for supplementary, I really only have one example here because you can't use 3 angles, you can only use 2. So you'd have to use angle 1 and angle 4. That would be supplementary. How do I know it is? Because a 90 and a 90 makes 180, and that's what this says, how to add up to 180. Perpendicular lines, two lines that intersect to form a right angle. Okay, well in this picture I guess I'll just draw a new one. Let's pretend that these are all right angles here, that I drew straight lines. So two lines that intersect to form, should actually be to form 4 right angles. Okay, perpendicular lines. So then for our example, so we have this figure right here, and I'm only actually giving you one angle. I'm giving you the fact that this one right here is 41 degrees. Just because I know that, I should be able to figure out all of the rest of this. Okay, so we'll just write down angle 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're using deductive reasoning here. So, because I know that these two have to make a right angle, I should know that 90 minus 41 is going to give me this. So that would be 49 degrees. Again, how did I get it? 90 minus 41. You see 49 degrees. Because this one and this one together are complementary angles. They make a right angle. They make 90 degrees. Angle 2, well, you can see that that's a right angle. So I don't even have to do any thinking on that one. It's 90 degrees. Angle 3, it looks like it is vertical with this one. It is across from, and it shares two lines. That means it's vertical. It means it's equal to this one. So it's 41 degrees. Angle 4, because I know that these two make a straight line, which is 180 degrees, and I know this one is 41, I should be able to just subtract 41 from there. So it looks like angle 4 is 139 degrees. So those are the types of things that we're going to be doing tomorrow in class. We're going to look at different pictures and use our rules to be able to figure out the angles that are missing.